Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody to the April 25th City Council meeting. First thing we'll do is stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Christie, can we have a roll call, please?
Bierstead.
Here.
Bjork. Downing. Gagne. Morissette.
Here.
Odine.
Here.
Watson.
Here.
Okay, move on to approval of the minutes from the April 11th meeting.
I so move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, next move on to approval of the bills with Mr. Bierstead.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we approve payment of bills in the amount of $1,570,880.04.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, next move on to public comments. If there's anybody in the audience, like to have come on up and say.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, City Council, for allowing us to be here. The reason we're here is we had a couple of weeks ago our spring conference here, and they have a resolution to present to you. So the American Legion Department of Wisconsin 10th District, Resolution 17-2 Spring. Whereas the City of River Falls was the site chosen for the 2017 Spring District Conference, for District Conference, American Legion Department of Wisconsin, and whereas the City of River Falls has extended warmth of hospitality and cooperation in making yet another outstanding and memorable conference. Therefore, be it resolved that the delegates, alternates, legionnaires, and visitors assembled these days of April 8th and 9th for the Spring Conference in River Falls thank and commend the populace and officials for being good hosts for these memorable days. Signed, District Adjutant Dallas Liesel, District Commander John Miller. And this is for you.
Here.
And you were represented well by Mr. Morissette and Chief Young.
Yes, that was good. I'm
Thank you,
glad you're.
sir.
Larry, I can't tell you how much we appreciate everything you guys have done for us.
Thank you.
You and everybody else out there, we greatly appreciate it.
If there's anything we can do for you, just give us
Okay,
a call.
thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, is there anybody else? Public comment, yep. Kevin.
Back down, I have something for you. If you have your Fitbit on, it's going off right now. Mayor, why don't you stand over here? I'm going to talk kind of loud, but why don't you take that side because it's kind of heavy. So what I have here, Mayor, is a check for you in the amount of $50,987. This is made out to the City of River Falls Wastewater Treatment Plant. And this money was, we received this money back to defer our construction costs at our new wastewater facility. Of this $51,000, about $30,000 of this dollars has come back into the community from Focus on Energy for Madison, and also from WPPI Energy. About $20,000 of this came back from WPPI Energy in the form of energy efficiency grants. So I tell you what, and a lot of times you don't think that's a lot of money, but I was getting these checks in the mail and thinking, man, it's starting to be real money when you get up that high. Yeah. I know if we were asking for expenditures of this amount, we'd be coming to you. So I thought, boy, we should probably make note of the fact that our $3.7 million wastewater treatment plant improvements that we made, we got $50,000 of money back into the community from two very reliable sources. A couple other things I want to mention, how this money is going to work for us in energy efficiency. At the wastewater treatment plant, we'll also save about $26,000 a year in electricity costs at the wastewater treatment plant because of some of these additions. In addition to that, I just learned this last week, previous to the additions over there, we were using about 400,000 gallons of water a month for water-cooled motor systems. We're using 70,000 now. So about 330,000 gallons of water a month are being saved by this project. A little icing on the cake, and then because I think we've taken too long already. You know, we talked about odor out there. We thought maybe some of our odor concerns would be eliminated, and we so far this year, we've had no odor complaint calls in the confined space. So anyway, I want to present you with this check for $50,987 from two great sources to the city of River Falls.
Great,
All right.
thanks.
Thanks, Mayor.
Thanks, Tim.
Wow. I'll take it.
And I'm a fan of Happy Gilmore, and I kept thinking he's going to throw that in the back of his car.
All right, that's some good savings. See, we kind of know what we're doing. Okay, anybody else got public comments? Anybody else in the audience? Hal had something you'd like to say?
Yes, sir. I have two items. First is an announcement that this Saturday at 9 a.m., the Kenny River cleanup is happening. It's going to be taking place down at Glen Park. It's hosted by a number of community groups, including the Rotary. And we are very pleased to have, I think, probably the 20 or 21st Kenny River cleanup happening this weekend with wide participation throughout the community. So thank you, and please come down to Glen Park at 9 a.m. I have another piece of business that I want to, or not business, but public comment that I'd like to make. And that is, I'd like to bring to the attention of the council and my fellow residents here in River Falls some of the activity that's been happening up in Hudson with flag stealing, pride flag stealing, and flag burning happening in the streets in Hudson. Many of you have seen that in the newspaper. And it's come to my attention through folks in my district that this has been happening, this intimidation and harassment here in River Falls, just a few blocks away from where we're sitting. Back in 2007, I think I'm probably the only person up here who was there at the time, but we, as a community, dealt with a similar situation where there was hateful words being spray painted in various parts of the town. And as a part of that, we came together to tell everyone, really, that our community does not stand for that type of activity going on here. And when stuff like this starts spreading from one town to the next, someone's trying to send a message. And that's a message that they want to divide us, and we're not going to let it happen. That's my personal comment. I want to just very briefly let you know that back in 2010, the city and the city council passed a resolution to work towards an inclusive community. And many of you have seen the signs at the entrance to our city, which over the years I've kind of wondered whether that was really necessary. But every now and then this kind of thing rears its ugly head, and I'm glad that those signs are up now. And I want to read for you very briefly just an excerpt from that resolution that still stands today that was adopted by this body in 2007. It's a resolution for partnership for working towards inclusive communities. Whereas the City of River Falls is committed to inclusion as a fundamental aspect of our community, and whereas cities and towns are the best place to make inclusiveness an everyday priority, and whereas local elected officials can and should lead the way forward in making inclusiveness a priority in America's cities and towns, now therefore let it be resolved that the City of River Falls hereby affirms our commitment to inclusion as a fundamental aspect of our community, and pledges active efforts to seek to achieve that goal, and urges all citizens of River Falls to join together to support this effort. So we're all in this together, and I encourage you to have conversations with your families and with those that you lead in other parts of your lives, and we can put an end to this soon, I hope. I also want to thank Police Chief Young and his staff, who have done an excellent job in responding to these incidences, and I appreciate that very much. Thank you, Mayor.
Yep, thanks, Al. It's good to be reminded of that every now and then. Anybody else in the audience, anything they'd like to talk about? Otherwise, we'll move on to, we're going to close the council hearing and open up a public hearing on ordinance 2017-12, amending section 2.08 of the City of River Falls Municipal Code regarding appointed officials. This is a second reading and disposition. Is there anybody in the audience has anything they'd like to say about this? Otherwise, we'll close the public hearing and reopen up the council hearing.
Mr. Mayor,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I make a motion, we adopt ordinance 2017-12.
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, next move on to consent agenda. We'll have the acknowledgement of the minutes from the Plan Commission from 4-4, the the Police and Fire Commission from 3-6, and the bid board from 2-14. Next one is a resolution award a janitorial services contract for the city facilities. This resolution would award a 3-year contract for services, for the janitorial services to FBG Service Corporation. Number 5 is a resolution awarding bid for 2017 sidewalk, curb, gutter, and structural repair program. This resolution would accept a bid from Pembroke Companies Incorporated in the amount of $106,953.75. B is a resolution authorizing professional services for a community signage and wayfinding master plan. This resolution would authorize a professional services agreement with Guide Studio to provide the services necessary to complete a community signage and wayfinding plan. Number 7 is a resolution approving memo of understanding between the City of River Falls and the Scouting, Inc. This resolution would approve the memorandum of understanding between the City of River Falls and River Falls Scouting Incorporated. Number 8 is a resolution approving agreement for public facilities feasibility study. This resolution with World Architects and Engineers would authorize the services necessary to complete a facility feasibility study for the River Falls Police Department. Next one is a resolution regarding professional services for design of water main extension loop project. This resolution would authorize the city administrator to retain SEH for design services necessary for the North Loop extension project. C is a resolution approving request for Border Battle mountain bike event, city assistance. This would provide assistance with the Border Battle. 11 is a resolution approving request for Minnesota High School Cycling League event. Same thing, they're looking for city assistance. 12 is a resolution approving request for Icebox 240 480 race. And there again, it's the same thing, they're looking for city assistance with the event. And 13 is a resolution regarding use agreement between the City of River Falls and the University of Wisconsin River Falls for the power plant offices. This resolution will renew the use agreement with the University of Wisconsin River Falls for 3 more years. Anybody want to pull anything? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion, we accept the consent agenda.
Second.
Questions and comments?
I got 2 comments
Yep.
real quick. One of them is for the public. I just want to point out that the scouting group in town really does a great thing with our partnership when it comes to Mounds Park on top of the hill there. And I don't think the public really understands where the city park ends and where the scouting part begins or ends. And I just hope everybody is real respectful of that property up there, does the right thing, because the scouts have put a lot of time and effort into that, and it's a great partnership. I'd hate to see that get disturbed. The second comment I've got is regarding 10, 11, 12. Last meeting we had presentation from Cork, I believe it was. Is that right, Cindy? Great. These are great events to have in town. I'm just wondering if there isn't some synergy that could be had between all these organizations into one effort, and similar to what the chamber does with their request for assistance letter at the beginning of the year. Maybe we can put all these together if we can get these groups. They're all doing the same thing, and it's a great activity. Just an observation more than anything. So that's about it.
Okay, anybody else? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, next move on to the administrator's report. If anybody's got any questions for Scott, or Scott, if you got anything for us?
I'd be happy to take any questions. There is a map of the River Falls Scouting property delineation that was included with this packet, so that'd be something that somebody would be able to look up if they were interested. And also, as part of this memorandum, we'll be adding some signage there to help provide some recognition of the private property that's being allowed to be used for public use.
Okay, anybody have anything for Scott? Okay, anything else, Scott?
That'll be it.
Okay, we move on to the comptroller's report.
Okay. This is the report for March 2017. General fund revenues through the end of March were $2,832,151 and included the reimbursement from the River Falls School District for the liaison officer and $41,566 in recreation program revenues. Expenditures for the same period were $2,077,027, or 20% of budgeted, for a net of revenues over expenditures as of March 31st of $755,124.
Thanks. Okay, next, I got a couple proclamations I'd like to read. I know how much you guys like listening to me. So the first one is for Arbor Day. Okay, whereas trees are a vital resource from River Falls across Wisconsin, the nation, and the world. And whereas trees help to conserve soil and energy, filter our air, and intercept storm waters from entering the Kenny, create jobs through a large forest products industry, provide wildlife habitat, and make our homes, cities, and countryside more livable and beautiful. And whereas human activities, along with acts of nature, threaten our trees, creating the need for concerted action to ensure the future of our rural and urban forest. And whereas each year on the last Friday in April, Arbor Day, people across the country pay special attention to the wonderful treasure our trees represent and dedicate themselves to the continued health of our forest. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Dan Tolan, Mayor of the City of River Falls, do hereby proclaim April 28th, 2017 to be Arbor Day in the City of River Falls, Wisconsin. And be it further resolved that I urge all citizens to become more aware of the importance of trees to their well-being and to participate in tree planting programs that will ensure a healthy and green city and an inheritance for future generations in River Falls. Given under my hand and seal of the City of River Falls this 25th day of April, 2017. And the next one is for Municipal Clerks Week proclamation, which is May 7th through May 13th, 2017. Whereas the office of the municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world as the oldest profession among public servants and provides the professional connections between the citizens, the governing bodies, and agencies at the local, county, and state levels. And whereas the duties of the municipal clerks are many, including serving as the official record keeper for the municipality, issuing licenses and permits, facilitating the annual board review and municipal redistricting project, attending meetings and serving as a resource. And whereas the 1,854 municipal clerks and 72 county clerks contribute to election administration by attending required training and dedicating themselves to providing fair, non-biased, nonpartisan, accurate, and responsible elections in Wisconsin. And whereas municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the responsibility of the office of the municipal clerk through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, focus groups, and annual conferences across Wisconsin. Now therefore, I, Mayor Dan Tolan, do hereby recognize the week of May 7th through May 13th, 2017 as Municipal Clerks Week and further extend appreciation to our staff for the vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to the communities they represent. Given under my hand and seal of the City of River Falls this 25th day of April 2017. Okay. Then, I got some appointments I'd like to make, so I would hope the council looks favorably on them. For the bid board, I'd like to reappoint Jolene Larson through December of 2020. For the library board, I'd like to appoint Melissa Wilson through July of 2020. For the Park and Recreation Advisory Board, I'd like to reappoint Brandon Doberton through May of 2020. For the Planning Commission, I'd like to appoint Bill Stussel, sorry, Bill, through May 2020. And then for the Emergency Medical Services Advisory Board, this is per the municipal code. The entire board is appointed on May 1st. I'd like to reappoint Carol Motaz through May of 2019. Reappoint Ken McNiff through May of 2019. Reappoint Gene Westpatal through May of 2018. And reappoint Gary Donna through May of 2018. And I'd like to make a new appointment of Kent Kittleson through May 1st of 2020. That's it.
Mr. Mayor, make a motion, we accept your appointments.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Move for adjournment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.